We put a tag on this message this morning. I can handle it. Everybody repeat that after me. I can handle it. Now say it like you mean it. I can handle it. Now say it like you've been through something and you have handled it. I can handle it. I've lived long enough. I just turned 60 years old. That I have lived long enough to know that life will disappoint you. Amen? Things will always go the way that you want them to go, in the way that you think they should go. Situations get messed up. Plans get messed up. Relationships get messed up. The finances get totaled up. Kids get messed up. Job get messed up. Should I continue to go on? Your friends will disappoint you. Your family will disappoint you. Your children will disappoint you. Should I continue to go on? Because we all have flaws. We all have ways of doing things. We all think different. We all have ways of how we handle situations differently. Because nobody's perfect. Amen? So I've come to the conclusion that disappointment is unavoidable. Amen? It's going to happen. It's going to happen and you will become discouraged. But the God I serve, somebody say amen, will never discourage you. He will always point you in the direction of himself. To trust him. Somebody say amen. To have faith in him. Somebody say amen. Therefore, discouragement is not from God. He has nothing to do with it. Not at all. Discouragement is not from God, but here's where the discouragement comes from. Discouragement comes from the devil. Say amen. Comes from the devil. Diablo, our adversary, the enemy. Because the devil wants you to go through the emotions of discouragement so you can become bitter. The devil wants you to go through discouragement so you can become angry. The devil wants you to go through discouragement so that you can throw in the towel. You say, I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough. He wants you to throw in the towel on relationships that God has not told you to give up on yet. Because my God is a fixer. He's overcome. Because the truth of the matter is this, is that hostility is not from God. Bitterness is not from God. Unforgiveness is not from God. Division is not from God. But all of these things are from our enemy. Yes. The devil. The outlaw. Our adversary. And check this out. He's on the attack. And he's trying to attack each and every one of us. Because here's what he can do. He can't take your salvation away from you. Can't take that away from you. But what he is trying to do is trying to get you not to do God's will. So if I can make you angry, if I can make you bitter, if I can always make you like you're sucking on lemons all the time, nobody wants to be around you, he's wrong. If your neighbor see you standing outside and turn around and go back in the house, he's won. Someone see you in Walmart in aisle 14, they see you, they turn around and go this way, and start looking at something over here, and hope you pass by. And then when you pass by, they he's won. That's because you bitter. You bitter, and you get all this anger built up in you. And that's not what God wants from us. Maybe I should just pause right here. Maybe I should just pause right here for a minute and let somebody know that if you're here and you're in a situation that has caused you to be bitter, has caused you to be angry, and that is causing unforgiveness and division, you need to ask God to help you fix it. Renee used to sing a song called Jesus Can Work It Out. And in the song it says, I tried and I tried and I tried, but I had to turn it over to the Lord. I've done everything that I could possibly do, but I just figured out I can't fix it. So I'm going to have to turn this situation over to the Lord. Because until we settle it, until you fix it, you're going to hinder the blessings that God has in life for you. You won't receive it. And the reason why you don't receive it is because you're so full of this bitterness, angry, division, and discouragement that you have not allowed the Holy Spirit to give you what He has for you. You will hinder that peace that God has for your life. Because unless you just go lock yourself up in a room somewhere, let me tell you what's going to happen. People always going to do something to upset you. Amen. Especially kids. Huh? They're going to always do something. Somebody would do something that would disappoint you. You see, but that's the devil's job. The devil's job is to disappoint you. And let me tell you something. He's good at it. He can say, hey. Because anytime that he can make you mad about something in the past, and that's where a lot of it comes from. A lot of us hold that bitterness and that anger from something that happened in the past. We can't get past it. We keep bringing it up yesterday instead of moving forward. We always want to step back. And Mom and Daddy said when you step back and step in, I can't say the word. But when you step forward, you know where you're going. You can see where you're stepping. But the main thing is Jesus is leading. He's leading from the front. He's leading from the back. So here's the question. How do we handle this when we feel like someone has wronged us? How do we deal with people that are supposed to love us? Then we find out they have done something to hurt us or offend us. How do we deal with this situation? Because if you don't learn how to deal with this situation, you will begin to live a life of unforgiveness. You will always be messed up because of what someone else has done to you in the past. Somebody say amen. See, we forget one of the most important things about being a Christian is having the ability to forgive. We love to receive the great miracles that comes with salvation, but we forget we forget our obligation to forgive that goes with our salvation. You all want to forgive? That's why Jesus taught his disciples to pray. When he taught them to pray, he says, forgive us for our trespasses, forgive those who trespass against us. Somebody say amen. So a Christian is obligated to forgive. What if God held our trespasses against us? What if God held our failures against us? Would none of us go to heaven? Would none of us have a seat with the righteous? I don't know about you, but I know I have disappointed God. Time after time, bro. But because of that word of forgiveness, I can move on. And the past is not holding me back. And I don't need to go out and intentionally do stuff. Okay, God, I'm going to move in and forgive you. It's not work that way. We got somebody thinking that way, but it don't work that way. But what if God held those things against us because we have disappointed him? We need to learn how to forgive. We need to learn how to put our situations that we have that we can't handle in the hands of the master so we can move on. I say amen. We need to learn how to quit running from situations, turn them over to the Lord, and keep walking. And we need to learn how to be in step with Jesus. We need to learn how to quit letting what someone says to us stop us from being in relationship and in fellowship with Jesus. We need to let what someone says to us hinder us from God's blessings. Because your bitterness and your unforgiveness will impact your relationship with God every single day. It will not be there. And if you don't learn how to forgive people and quit holding on to that past stuff that happened 20 years ago. Now, most likely, that person might be dead and go on there and you still walk around mad, rolling your eyes, and not speaking to people. But they dead and gone. And they probably got their life right before they died. And you still mad. 1947. You owe me $1. Jesus can work it out. Here's another line in that song. It says, Jesus can work it out if you let him. There it is. He gives you a choice. He said, well, you can continue to be bitter, and continue to be mad, and be all messed up, and flow up, and bitterness just eating you up, and your heart falling apart, and you can't get no blessings, no because you had all this envy and strife from you and the other people just moving on. And you wonder why everybody got all these blessings around me and I don't have them? Because there's something that's buried that's stopping you from getting what God wants to give you. And he says, yeah, I got all of this. Jesus, we don't say, I just want to give it away. I just want to give it away. All this. And I got all praise and can't get it. You ever had anything you want to give away, things you don't know how to give to? Just want to give something away. I wake up in the morning trying to give something away. Trying to give stuff away. I try to give money away. I don't try to find people to give it to. Because I always feel if God blessed me with it, he blessed me with it in order to help someone else. But when he said that my cup overflowing, he didn't mean for me to keep it. My cup was already full. He said, I take that excess and give it to somebody else. Why would you keep it? I'm going to bless you with some more. We always got that spirit. Why not get no more? But let's journey around this text a little bit here. A story. This is a familiar story about Joseph. He was one of 12 sons, born to Jacob, and he was his father's favorite son. And, because he was his father's favorite son, Jacob gave him a coat. It was a coat of colors, a beautiful coat, many colors. That caused his brothers to be jealous. Then all of a sudden, Joe had a dream. And he made a mistake of sharing a dream with his brothers. The dream was that his brothers would bow down to him one day. Which my brothers and sisters has made his brothers mad. Brothers plotted to kill Joe. And you see, that just tells us one thing. That tells us one thing. Some things you need to keep to yourself. You can't tell everything. Because he shared that dream that his brothers would bow down to him. His brothers got upset now. They want to knock him off. Okay? They want to kill him. So they came up with a plan to kill Joe. And they said they would dip his blood, they would dip his coat in some blood, and they would go home and tell their father that an animal killed him. But then they saw a group of men coming. And as they see this group of men coming down the road, they said, what we'll do now, we'll sell him. Okay? So they sold him into slavery. Now, they sold him, and they sold him to Potiphar. And so the men that they sold him took him to Potiphar's house. Now, it doesn't matter where you are, because if God has anointed you for success, you're going to be successful. Doesn't matter where you come from. The project, the west side, the east side, the white house, the black house, it doesn't make no difference where you come from. If you have been anointed for success, you're going to be successful. But here's what happened. Once they sold him to Potiphar, Potiphar made him overseer of everything in his house. Here's what Potiphar said, I'm not going to worry about nothing but what I eat. You run everything. You the man. Who gets that? Who gets that? Who gets that? You the man. You run everything else. You got control of everything but my wife. Now, matter of fact, excuse me, in chapter 39, in the 6th verse, it says, Potiphar put everything he had in the care of Joseph, and Potiphar didn't worry about anything except what he ate. Now the Bible says that Job was a good-looking man. And after a while in verse 7, y'all pay attention to this now. In verse 7, Mrs. Potiphar started checking Job out. Okay? And she cracked him on Job. All right? All right, verse 7, she said, come on, go to bed with me, Joe. Verse 8, Joseph refused. He told his sister, he said, listen, Mrs. Potiphar, Mr. Potiphar gave me access to everything in this house except you. All right? Now, she just kept on after, this sister just kept on after him day after day after day. In verse 10, day after day, Joe refused to go to bed with her. Joe refused to hook up with her. But this aggressive sister, this aggressive married sister, get amen? She wouldn't stop. She wouldn't stop, and she would not take no for an answer. Verse 12, she caught him one day by his cloak. And she said, come on, Joe. Come on, little baby. But Joe ran out the house, left his cloak in the house. She's standing there holding the cloak. But this sister called her husband. All right? And she said, this Hebrew that you brought in my house is trying to go to bed with me. Then she called and she said, baby. All right? So now look at this. Look at this. She screamed. She said, he tried, baby, but I wouldn't let him. Now, Potiphar heard about it. He had Joseph arrested and thrown in jail. Okay? Say, I told him only got 5 minutes. Say, I got about another half an hour. But we ain't gonna go there. All right. Potiphar had him thrown in jail. Okay? And while he was in jail, the warden made him ruler over everything. He ran to jail. So now that's telling me that this boy, Joe, has got anointing on his life. And regardless of what he goes through, regardless of where he's been, the past could not hold him back because now he runs the jail. Okay? All right. You see, I got 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Now, he's in jail. He's in jail. You got the chief baker and the chief chef. Now they're in jail and they have dreams. They couldn't interpret. So they go to Joe. So Joe interprets the first dream. He tells the baker that he's going to die in 3 days. He probably didn't want to hear that. He probably didn't want to hear that. You're going to die in 3 days. All right? Now, he tells the other boy, he says, you're going to be released in 3 days. You get out of here. Okay, so he gets out. He's in Pharaoh's house. Now, Pharaoh has his dream. And nobody can interpret this dream. And so, what happened was, even before that, let me go back a little bit. He had told Joe, when I get out, I'm going to look out for you. But he didn't do that. But now since Pharaoh had this dream, we need someone to interpret this dream. So now he thinks about Joseph. So they go get Joseph. And he asks Pharaoh, what was the dream? Pharaoh tells him the dream. So hear what Joe said. Joe said, 7 years of prosperity, and then 7 years of famine. Okay? Now Pharaoh then took him and said, I'm making you the ruler of the harvest. You're going to run everything, Joe. I don't know if you call him JoJo, Joseph, Big J, but he said, you the man. You're going to run this thing. Here again, I feel that he had anointing on him. Joe could have been mad. He could have been bitter. He could have had an attitude. And he could have been so many different things he could have been. But he did not. It's just let you know it's better to be better than to be bitter. Okay? Now, let's move on. Now Joe's running everything. So now here it is that his brothers come before him. They didn't realize that it was Joseph that they were standing in front of. Joseph asked everybody to leave the room. He said, leave the room. He told his brothers, he says, come close to me. He said, come close to me. See, Job says, he said, don't be distressed. Don't be mad at yourself for selling me. Because here's the reason why. What they don't understand is, when they sold him, that was God sending Job in front of them. Y'all forgot to shout like that. That was God sending Job ahead of them to bless somebody else. Y'all missed it again. Y'all forgot to shout. That was God sending Job ahead of everybody else to bless somebody else. And they're thinking, oh, I just killed my brother. And Job told him, he said, don't be mad. Don't be discouraged because you sold me. Because in all of this, God has blessed me. If anybody had any reason to be bitter, if anybody had any reason to be upset, it was Joseph. Look what he had been through. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to sit down. Sit down. Joe, what you do? It was because of God. Look at verse 7. God sent me. Verse 8. It was God, it was not you, but it was God who sent me. And no matter, you would take my seat. No matter what hell you're going through, and we all been through some hell, and if you haven't, you're going to go through some. It wasn't a person that did it, it was God that did it. God did that to you. God placed you there, God allowed it to happen. And when God allows something to happen, let me tell you what God will do. He can turn a pit into a palace. He can turn a mess into a miracle. He can turn drama into deliverance. He can turn hell into a harvest. He can turn a mess into a message. He can turn a trial into triumph. He can turn a victim into victory. Here's the question. Is he worthy of your praise? See, the God I serve is truly worthy of my praise. The God I serve promised that he will cause all things to work for the good. See, when you think you're going through hell, and you think you're the only person who's going through this hell, you're wrong. But if you give that situation to God, and say, God, here it is, it's yours, it's not mine, he will see you through it. Here's what I want you to do this morning. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, and say it loud, your neighbor can hear you. Neighbor, I can handle it.